Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to interview our man, Mr. Crumbly, old Georgia boy.
My name is Chris Crumbly, or better known on YouTube as Dippy104, and we are coming from a undisclosed location up in Virginia. And tonight we are doing a impromptu interview with myself, and I have a few colleagues of mine that are going to be asking me some questions. This here is Private Joseph from the island of Micronesia, and my awesome cameraman is Trank from the great state of Alabama. And I was born and raised maybe 5-6 counties from him in the great North Georgia. So we're going to kick this off with a bang. What you got for me, Mr. Trank?
Here we go. We've got a few questions here for Mr. Crumbly. First off, have you ever had sex on a lawnmower?
Oh, wow. All right.
We want to know. We want to know the brand. Was you cutting grass at the time?
I've actually never had sex on a lawnmower.
Oh,
but I did lose my virginity on the back of a four-wheeler whenever I was about 13 or 14.
How big was the four-wheeler?
It was a big Bear 400.
So size don't too much matter here, huh?
But now, I put it down a story about that lawnmower question.
Oh, shit.
I did almost run out of gas on my mower, and I had just a couple, maybe a half a gallon left. And I decided
Where was you going on the lawnmower? Was you going to the local dollar store?
No, I was actually mowing the side of the road back and forth on both sides. And so I knew that I was about out of gas, so I went up the street there for probably, I don't know, probably 2 miles or better. Went down to the gas station, filled up with some gas, and while I was down there, well, this old boy got thirsty. So I decided that what better way to quench my thirst than to buy me a nice cold 6-pack of Bud Light and bottle. And I have to say, by the time I got home, it was about half gone. But
did you ever finish cutting the grass that day?
I believe so, but it was a little bit curvy, if you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. All right, we're going to pass it on here to Mr. Joseph from Micronesia. Got a question for old Crumbly.
Crumbly!
What's going on, Mr. Joseph?
I got a question for you, Crumbly. Alright. Well, my question is, what's the weirdest thing you ever ate?
Ooh, boy, that's a tough one there.
It better be a tough one, boy.
That's a tough one. I would have to say that it's a toss-up between half-cooked buffalo heart and I have ate quite a few snakes in my day.
Well, put a stick up my ass and call me a popsicle.
But I tell you.
Shut your hillbilly ass up. Are you for real?
Dead ass. I have cooked, I have killed, cleaned, and cooked, and ate 3 snakes in my day, and they were damn good.
What kind of snakes?
One was a rattler. No, 2 was a rattler, and one of them was a black snake. Yep. And that buffalo heart, that'll stick with me for the rest of my days. I intend to top it off. If you would like, also, ladies and gentlemen watching this video, there's a link in my bio for watching me eat a scorpion with a brownie. And yes, the scorpion was alive whenever the video was taken, and no, he didn't feel any pain because he was quickly taken care of by my mowers.
Did you fuck it before you ate it?
Well, no, I don't think that's...
You see, ladies and gentlemen, he had to think about it twice.
I don't think that's... You
thought about it.
You were hesitating.
don't think it's humanly possible to communicate with a creepy crawly critter such as a small scorpion.
All right. Let's take it back a notch. What is the best time you had in your whole life?
Wow. I've had some interesting stories and I've had some interesting times over my life. I mean, I've got drunk. I've had sex in public.
Whoa! You've had
Lord.
sex in public?
I have.
Where at?
They was, Lord. Well, the day that I bought my house, that was an interesting day.
Tell us more about that.
There was Walmart Garden Center as well.
The garden center?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do? Lay down on a big old bag of mulch and just go down?
No, we was actually sitting in some lawn chairs at the moment, as a matter of fact.
A lawn chair?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
they was
shit.
about 15% off at that time, but I'm sure that after watching security footage, they marked them off to about 90% due to being used.
And did anybody happen to see you at Walmart?
To this day, I'm not sure if I was ever caught or not, unless there was someone actually doing their job watching security cameras, and if they were, they got quite a show.
I bet they hated that shit. So, rumor is you've had fun with an Oreo. What's that all about?
Yeah. See, one of my exes I had, her and I was into trying a few different things, and well, we had a experience with whipped cream about a week or two prior, and her and I equally enjoyed the experience and the bonding time that we had. So we had some Oreos left over one night while we had a damn morning snack, and then I proceeded to talk her into allowing me to double stuff an Oreo after we got done having sex. She kindly obliged, and she proceeded to eat said double stuffed Oreo.
Holy shit.
So, like, did you just glaze the Oreo, or like, did you open it up and fill it up some more?
Yes, I did take the two halves of the cookie apart and proceeded to get as much on the cookie as.
Did she
as
use
I could.
milk?
No, she washed it down with orange juice afterwards.
Orange juice and Oreos. Okay.
Mr. Crumbly.
Yes, Mr. Joseph.
We're here for you.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
Is this
You
an
can tell us
intervention?
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, and I mean anything.
All right.
So I tell you right now,
Could you help me with something?
it's the same question, Mr. Crumbly. But you gotta answer the truth.
All right. What happened to the music, by the way?
Don't worry about the music. We're getting serious right now.
Mr. Crumbly,
Yes.
that is not the story that you've told me.
Meaning what?
Meaning what?
Meaning you changed
Mean,
your story, my friend.
change your. Move your hand. This and Oreo. Mr. Cromley, we're here for you.
You did things to an Oreo
Oh.
that no man should ever do.
So, I was trying to keep it as inexplicit as possible, but all right, as these young gentlemen would like me to describe. So me and
take a shit.
me and one of my prior relationships decided that we was gonna fornicate one morning, but beforehand we was eating some Oreos and some orange juice in bed because we was out of milk. Well, somehow or another we wound up having sex and proceeding through it. Then once we got done, then I told her that since she wanted me to use whipped cream on her areas about a week prior, then it was time for her to I was gonna up the ante on her and allow her to have a Oreo that had my baby making juice in it. And so then I proceeded to take the Oreo apart, and she held it in her hand, and I proceeded to ejaculate onto said cookie and put it all back together, and she
Did she eat the whole cookie?
did eat the entire cookie, yes. And
I'm embarrassed for her.
Huh?
I'm embarrassed for her.
She thoroughly enjoyed the cookie as well.
She's fucked up.
And
Is that what y'all do in Georgia?
it is.
Y'all make your own double stuffed Oreos?
We do make
Feed them to your
double
wives and shit? That's fucked up.
stuff. Well, I mean, down in Georgia, we ain't got a whole lot to do other than
Jerk off on Oreos? And see who'd eat them?
we shoot the shit, fornicate with multiple partners per se, and like Mr. Trank here mentioned, we also jerk off onto Oreos and proceed to have our lady friends consume them.
So,
Yes.
rumor is, and I'm sure a lot of people would agree, Georgia likes to fuck their family.
I've heard the same rumor about Alabama as well. We down in Georgia, we prefer to keep it outside the family. However, there's been
Do y'all just like to pass around the girl and from family member to family member?
We have been known to do that. As a matter of fact, that's happened at least once in my family.
Oh shit.
And I did take part in that.
Oh shit.
We did not have any kind of like foursome, kind of thing going on.
Well, that's a good thing.
See here, one of my siblings found a young, attractive at the time, female on the internet, and he brought her down to my house.
What'd he find her on? Was it Craigslist?
I believe it was Tinder.
Tinder.
So if you want to go check Tinder out, it's a good place to get you a piece.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. She'll leave you for your brother, and then your uncle, and then your sister. It's all kinds of fucked up.
So we
Just a bunch of truck sluts.
Yes. Alabama, Georgia, a lot of southern states have truck
Alabama,
sluts.
Georgia, Tennessee, Texas,
or what they call
Mississippi.
mud crickets.
Fucking mud crickets. Mud
So anyhow,
skippers.
one of my siblings had wound up having her and having his way with her. And some would ridicule us for it, but I mean, shit. I got an open door policy at my house, and anybody's welcome to come and go as they please. As long as you ain't coming from a gun. If you come from a gun, I'm gonna kick your ass, and then I might. But well, I am gonna fucking kick you. Don't come from my damn guns, fucking Beto.
This is his theme song, by the way.
So my brother moved in with me. We live, and at the time I was living in a little old 240 square foot house, a little tiny home that I built myself. Thank you for the applause. And so me and him, we lived together. She was having a sexual type relationship with him at the time for say roughly 3 months. But he decided that he didn't want her no more. He didn't disclose to me at the time that she was fucking crazy. He just told me that he kicked her to the damn curb. Well, then she fucking wound up back after he left. And her and I got together. And somehow or another, some ungodly reason, hell, we wound up staying together for shit, probably, I don't know, about a year and a half, almost 2 years maybe. And well, she told me she wasn't ready for no long-term relationship. And but now here's the thing: she says she ain't ready for no long-term relationship, but yet she goes and marries a damn 40-something-year-old leprechaun-looking fucker. I don't get that shit.
It's all about that money.
I reckon it was because he had his own like a full-size house. Now, I mean, my house was complete. It did have a detached bathroom. I built that myself as well. Thank you for the applause.
With a heating lamp?
No, I had propane. I had propane water heater installed.
Oh, shit.
And I installed that myself as well.
Oh, shit.
So
Well water and everything.
Yes, it was.
Hell
well water.
yeah.
Same water been supplying us with water for almost 3 generations now. Good damn water source, I tell you.
Hell yeah.
So I recently found out that she is now conned an older brother of mine who had property, had his own house, to leave it all behind, and now she's got him wrapped around her finger. She all about that dick, and sadly, that's what a lot of young ladies, I'm not saying all of them, but there is some young ladies out there that's got a problem, and they love the thrill of new dicks.
And Crumbly likes to help them with their problem. All right, Mr. Crumbly. I got a good one for you.
All right, let's hear it.
What is your most embarrassing story where you have been caught, and how did you manage to talk your way out of it?
Most embarrassing moment that I got caught. I'd have to say this time that I had a young female companion. Her and I was into the exhibitionism. And if you know anything about exhibitionism, both or one party or the other gets off on being out in public.
Oh, shit.
So I took her up to a state park one time. Me and her was up there. We just went up there for sightseeing.
What kind of park are we talking? We talking about like a children park or like a state park?
It was inside the state park. There wasn't much around, but a couple like rock monuments and stuff like that. It wasn't for children due to the
more like a scenic park.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There was too many dangers around for children, such as snakes and creepy crawler creatures.
Okay, nature park.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So we're up there just sightseeing, taking some mushy gushy pictures together.
Hell yeah.
One thing led to another, however, and we wound up dropping our clothes to the ground and using it as a cushioning because of all the rocks.
Just right in the middle of the pathway?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We was almost dead center of the big overlooking the entire mountain. And all of a sudden, we're just, making love, this, that, and other, just going to town at it. And all of a sudden, I get this weird feeling about me that, like I'm being watched. So I look up, and off in the distance, probably 100 or 200 foot from us, there's an elderly gentleman walking up the path. And to this day, I don't know who this man is, and I don't believe I've ever seen him again in my life. And I hope I don't. It'll be a little bit of an awkward situation, if I might say so. But him and I locked eyes for just a split second, And he just throwed his hand up, let us be. And me and my female comrade decided we were just going to just keep going. Because both of us had to get our pleasure. We got done, went down to the bottom of the mountain there, back to our vehicle, and left. Well, unbeknownst to us, this elderly gentleman kept walking around the bottom of the mountain down there, around the lower path. And him and I awkwardly exchanged glances as I was leaving the park. So I didn't have to talk my way out of nothing, but it was a different experience, that's for sure.
All right, Mr. Crumbly. Do y'all have family reunions in your family in Georgia?
We do.
What is the most brought item to your family reunion?
Oh.
A lot of people would say Southerners' number one item would be condoms. Would you agree?
No, I gotta disagree with that. Unless you're in a place like West Virginia. West Virginia is
They are fucked up in West Virginia.
very backwoods. As a matter of fact, I got kicked out of that place one time Told I
There's some
wasn't allowed to
place.
live there because I got too many teeth. Apparently, if you got more than 6 teeth, you ain't allowed to live and be a resident of West Virginia. So always remember that. It's very true. Promise you. But the most brought item to a family reunion, I'd say, would be sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Yes, sir.
Love
It's
that
got to be
sweet
extra
tea.
sweet. What you got for me, Mr. Joseph?
Why do you call everything Coke?
That's just what it is. It don't matter.
You ever had Pepsi?
I have had Pepsi. I don't too much care for it.
But you guys still call it Coke.
I prefer Dr. Pepper, which I do in fact call Dr. Pepper Coke.
And why would you call it Coke when it's Dr. Pepsi? I mean, what did I
Dr. Pepsi. God damn.
say? I quit, bro. I quit. I'm stupid.
You ever had a Dr. Pepsi?
Do not give a Micronesian a camera.
I have never had Dr. Pepsi, but
I had Dr. Pepsi.
I have had Dr. Pepper and Jack Daniels. That's a very good drink.
Yes.
And I'll tell you a little bit of a tidbit, you two.
Oh, shit.
If you're tired of paying a hell of money for some watered down mixed drinks or even such a Long Island iced tea at your favorite steakhouse or at the local Mexican restaurant, I would strongly suggest finding your local moonshine dealer and approach them in a kind manner, not so as to run them off now, because we are quite suspicious of new customers. But if you take a half a gallon of sweet tea that you ain't drank yet, which it usually lasts in a southern home, it usually lasts about 2 days, if you're lucky. But you take a half a gallon of good sweet tea, mix it in with about a quart to a half a gallon of some good homebrew, good quality corn liquor or moonshine. And you will have a very nice.
What proof do you recommend?
130 plus.
God damn, you trying to kill the motherfucker? They just started.
No.
You gotta be a professional to get his shit.
I don't buy any.
It's just gonna start a fucking 4-cylinder car.
I don't buy or make any liquor that is less than 130. My liquor in the past was between 120 to 150, and I sold it all day long. And I have bought and consumed anything between 130 to 190 proof moonshine, and it was some very good stuff. I would strongly recommend mixing it in with your sweet tea while you're mowing the grass.
So, another question.
Mm-hmm.
In Georgia, do you have to have a license to drive a lawnmower?
Nope, we sure don't.
You just drive them bitches down the road?
Yes, we do. I've been driving a lawnmower ever since I was 8 years old.
Yeah, we do that shit in Alabama too.
Nope. We don't need no license to drive no tractor. We don't need no license to drive no lawnmower. We don't need no license to drive a daggum ATV. We just go, and we do it.
They don't give a fuck.
Nope. We drive to the damn gas station. We drive down to the co-op if it's close enough. Hell, we drive down the road 8 miles to do the neighbor's pasture because his tractor's broke down. That's what you call good Southern hospitality, you two. And this country has lost it. Ain't nobody nice no more. Don't ever forget your bearing. Don't ever forget where you come from.
So, what do you think about the coronavirus?
Oh shit, the damn coronavirus. Oh hell, don't even get me started on that shit. That
We
shit
gonna
is
get you started.
That is all them damn cheek-eyed, fish-loving sons of bitches over in China. It's all their damn fault.
What'd they do?
They made that shit in the fucking laboratory.
Nah.
And they accidentally let that shit out. I tell you, they got pissed off at Trump because he knows what the fuck he's doing.
But why would they let it off in their country if they was mad at Trump?
Because the shit was coming over to us on our imports from them.
Wouldn't they have just stuck it on a ship and sent it over here?
They did.
But they infected their people.
Right. As a cover-up. Countries have been known to do that before. It's a form of control over the economy. They know they was pissed off because Trump made that fucking import tax on them for our consumer goods and our foods. So they wound up making that shit in a damn laboratory and said that they was going to ruin our economy so that we're even more in debt to China than what we already are. Because then we have
It's that fucking Georgia conspiracy shit.
If we got to import
He sits at home, gets drunk as fuck, and thinks about it all night. Riding around on his lawnmower with his headlights on.
We got a dead damn fucking import shit with China because our shit's dead. Everybody's already consumed everything, and we're sick, and we're dying, and then we need the miracle drug. And lo and fucking behold, I give you 3 weeks in China, or somebody up in damn Washington is gonna come out with some miracle drug that's gonna fix every fucking thing. And whenever, in fact, they had that shit all along stored in the back of the cooler somewhere. I guarantee fucking you, it's all in damn chick's fault.
Do you have any country remedies to help protect yourself from the coronavirus?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yep.
What's that gonna do? We're gonna kill off the germ.
Moonshine has such a high alcohol content that it's got several uses. You can put it in your lawnmower. You can put it in your four-wheeler. And if you're a little bit of a bitch, you can put it in your damn four-banger Prius and run that bitch for 400 miles.
So I guess you don't like Priuses.
Hell no, I don't like no damn Prius.
What the hell's wrong with a Prius?
Every damn thing.
I know they look a little goofy and they got a fucked up looking back windshield, but goddamn.
It's that damn bitch.
And there's always some freaky little motherfucker driving the son of a bitch. Too.
Exactly. Shit. My damn 250 Arctic Cat Fuller had a bigger motor than that old son of a bitch did. Alright.
So what about them little plug-in cars run on electricity?
What the hell you... Boy, whenever the fucking Russians or the damn Japs or the fucking Chinese drop a goddamn ESD on our ass.
EMT.
Huh?
EMT.
My
Something
bad.
like that.
It's some kind of fucking alphabet. EMT. Alright. Whenever they drop one in on the US.
Did you say MSD?
No, it ain't no damn MSD. It's a bulletproof laptop. We got those, by the way, but I can't tell you where. Anyway. Anyway, if they drop a damn EST on us and wipe out the entire electronic grid across the United States.
EMT.
EMT, whatever. It's a damn electronic pulse device. EPD, electronic pulse device, yes.
No, it's like electronic some bullshit. I don't know. EBS, there you go. Electronic bullshit.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's gonna wipe out the entire damn grid. Then you go, smart car, your fucking electric car, that bitch ain't gonna run no more. I ain't want one.
So another thing.
Anybody with a computer and a half a diploma from Harvard can hack into that bitch.
But what does that got to do with a Prius? Or the Volt cars?
They stupid, they're pointless, and
But they're quiet.
that's a danger of them. They're quiet. How is a kid gonna know to get the fuck out the street?
They got horns on them, bro.
Whenever the death. Have you seen the death rate of texting and driving? It's through the goddamn roof.
Well, everything's bigger in Texas, bro.
Do what now?
Everything's bigger in Texas.
What's that get? Damn it, boy. I tell you. The death rate of cattle don't matter for shit versus the rest of the damn country, alright? For texting and driving.
It might.
Anyhow.
You see a big ass cow, you gonna look at it, right?
If
You gonna swerve off the road and hit something, right?
If you're texting and driving, you ain't gonna see it, big old cow.
Why the fuck you texting and driving?
But don't ask me, all these damn teeny boppers is is a damn doing it. I got me a smart radio in my O2 Explorer, and it talks to me. And I talk to it. It sends and receives my text messages for me so that I am hands-free and safe behind the wheel.
So what's the weirdest thing you've ever asked your smart radio?
Get me home.
That's the weirdest? Damn, I figured it'd be like a titty bar or something.
It told me that you're there.
Man, this video.
Knowing you from Georgia, find me the nearest drug dealer.
How long is that video?
I don't know, 30 minutes already? This motherfucker won't stop talking.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say no more.
It's like he remembers everything he wanted to say throughout the day and just let it out right now.
So what else you got for me, Mr. Trank?
Oh, shit.
Oh, well,
He's got something.
I never did finish.
He never did he?
The damn remedies or the purposes of moonshine. So I done told you that it can run your stupid ass little Prius. We don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
But anyhow.
He loves Priuses. He's got 2 of them.
Bullshit. I got a American-made V8 in my Ford.
He runs them off a generator.
So,
Powered by moonshine.
but nah, moonshine. You can use that to. You can add a little bit of peppermint to it. You can add a little bit of honey to it. Take you a couple of big swallows of it. Wrap up in a nice wool blanket. Go to sleep. You will sweat every infection that's in your body out by in the morning. Because of all of the high alcohol content will attack every germ and every piece of bacteria that's in your body and burn that shit right up. Your white blood cell count will go up, and your kidneys will be flushed by the morning.
So you're just gonna piss yourself all night? That's what it sounds like to me. Like, I pass. Sorry about that. I ain't sleeping in the tub tonight.
So, yeah, I mean, moonshine ain't got no bacteria. It ain't got no backwash in it. Because it ain't got no bacteria from backwash, because backwash dies on the impact after you have hit 90% or no, 90 proof alcohol.
Got anything, man?
Oh. Just one question about Dr. Pepsi. I'm done.
Mr. Joseph, let me ask you a question, sir. Correct.
What's your question?
Have you ever had a Dr. Pepsi?
Yeah. Shit, you mix Dr. Pepper and Pepsi together.
Well, you was really fun to talk to, sir.
What?
All right, well, YouTube, this concludes our episode of Ask This Redneck Anything. And my name is Chris Crumley, or Dippy104 on YouTube. Coming from you, not live, but I am coming to you in person from
Live action.
a undisclosed location in Virginia.
You just gave away the fucking location.
I said a undisclosed place in Virginia.
You just narrowed the fucking location down.
In Virginia? The whole damn state. Good luck finding me.
That's a small state.
Anyhow, compared to Texas, yes, sir, it is. But anyhow, this is your country boy, Chris Crumley, signing off now. Yee yee!
What the fuck? Yee!